Hello, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor Hamza. Sometimes I have people that contact me and they see either my videos or they see something, and they say, you know what, you seem like you know what's going on. I want to follow you. So I always say I'm looking for followers that can be leaders. And there was a group of people, and you could try this yourselves with your friends or by yourself and figure out what makes a great leader. And one of the things is being truthful. Another thing is being courageous. So being truthful is certainly an integral part of being a leader. How can people follow you if you're not telling the truth? They won't. That's one of the main reasons why people quit their jobs. Their direct supervisor, is a liar, and I've seen that too many times. So one of the most important things is of course telling the truth, but a lot of people say they want to find themselves. So imagine that there's a multiverse and you can access all the people in this multiverse. Imagine there's a giant room and you're picking through. You could look at each individual one of you from different backgrounds, and maybe one of you is this or one of you is that. Which one would you be? Would you be the artist? Would you be would you be this? Would you be that? And what you do is you find out who you really are by telling the truth and integrating your past, coming to grips with your past, with who you are in presently. So that's certainly an important thing. So when we look at ourselves, a lot of people, when they come close to me or they end up, let's say, following me or end up, reading what I wrote and things like that, they start to cycle through themselves. Their karmatic levels cycle quicker. So what that means is they end up coming, their karmatic layers start shedding. So you start integrating those parts of you that were separate. So you have to be more whole. So when you're more whole, you're more who you really are. So when you're dwelling in lies or not integrating your past or those issues, then you're separate. So imagine there's a circle of awareness, that's you. Now you have something that you had to tell a lie. So now that lie has to have its separate reality around it. So that way you can tell that lie over and over. So when that lie is out there and you have to feed it, then that lie is a separate, almost like an identity for you. So now you're weaker and you don't have the identity of who you really are, because you're separate. So coming to an awareness of yourself is an important aspect of spiritual progress. The other thing that I talk about is finding out what your question is. So, and I apologize for the video format, but when you ask yourself the question, and what you do is try to determine what's the most important, let's say, spiritual question. What's the most important question of your life? What is that question that you feel like you don't have an answer to? Now, I wouldn't be quick about it. Think about it, meditate about it. Like, what question do you have? Is God real? Is it this? Is it that? What is the question? What's my purpose? What is the question that you have that's burning that you'd like to know the answer to? Most people don't have a question. They just go through life without the question. But you should ask yourself what the question is. Like, what's the purpose of my life? Who am I? Whatever it is. What's the most important question? You could have other questions, but determine what's the most burning question of your existence. Because right now, you don't have the question. So how can you have the answer if you don't have the question? So find the question of what's the most important thing of your life is very important for your spiritual progress. And this is something that I came up with, but try to determine what that question is. Write it down and you think about it, whatever it is, and then you'll find out what the answer is. But you need to know what the question is first. How can you have the answer if you can't figure out what your question is? Once you have the question, you'll find the answer, believe me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, and I look forward to seeing your comments. Have a great day. Bye-bye.